going to be trying to get a 1/2-inch pipe through this 3/4 pipe that goes down. So, should be interesting, to say the least. We want that to be smooth as possible. Let the beatings begin. Alright, so we're gonna try to shove it through there.
That works, fantastic. If not, we'll try something different. Not too optimistic, though. Let's have a kink in it. Sure.
Nice. Good as that could have went. It's absolutely amazing. And in case anybody's wondering, this is what I use to aid in getting the pipe through there on the first try. That never happens, by the way, first try. But it's the first time I tried this. It's 4 wires. Alright, so I thought about using a shark bite, which I still feel like is probably a great idea. Not normally recommended, but there's technically 4 fixtures now going to be on this 1/2-inch pipe, and this fitting has to go inside this pipe, which makes it restricted to a point, where a shark bite would go over the outside, and I don't do the open or pecs, so yeah. But being this close to the water heater, I decided I'm just going to crimp it. I feel like it's a more reliable connection than a shark bite buried in a wall, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's it for this side for now. I'm just gonna cool that off, but now I'm gonna wait and do it later in case I need to push this pipe back and forth. Alrighty. So that's definitely I'm doing it. So that one can do a slip coupling. This one, I ain't too worried about that one. I'll make something happen there. Need to get this sweat on first, I think. That's first and foremost. Or should I just use the shark bite? I just don't think a shark bite's gonna hold because of the bind that all this stuff is actually in. I mean, that's asking a lot to make that corner. But to try and get this and the coupling in there, I really should have cut that shorter. I think I'm going to. I'm going to pull it back on the other side and we're going to cut that shorter. Yep, it's got to happen. It's just not enough room to wiggle room. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. That'll really annoy me. Like in a bad way. Hopefully this gives me enough room to make all this happen. It's just too close. And that PEX was going to be pretty cocked on there, I think. Still probably can't use a shark bite, even though I would really like to, because it definitely has more flow. And we're going to leave an access panel here indefinitely, so I mean, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal to have a shark bite there. It just sucks when if it leaks or something, you can't really just fix it. You're gonna have to cut it out because there ain't gonna be no give on either end once it's all connected. There we go. Whew. Just because of such tight quarters, we're gonna get it started with this guy here. Some thick copper. Have to be careful and watch this doesn't blow out. I'm gonna have this so hot for this brass fitting that I can blow out. Normally I'd wrap a rag around there, but I just see that as being a pain to do in this particular situation. There's just not enough room in there. It's gonna be bad enough with all this insulation and plastic and everything all around. I mean, it's gonna be not a pleasant experience at all. Too bad, that could have went way worse. Copper must be somewhat round right there. Just, that's not really cutting into it or anything. I'm just using it to hold that out a little bit. Alright, so we're going to try a slip coupling on that because it's just too tight, or I'd have to put two couplings in it and one would still have to be a slip if I can't lift this a half an inch. So I've got a repair coupling I could use on that, but man, that would be a real hoot to try and get both of these at the same time. And chances are slim to none at best. So we're gonna go this route, I guess. It is what it is. I really think I'm gonna solder that up right now while I've got as much access as I could possibly have to it, and then I'll try and manipulate everything if I can. It's like that's buried on the wall, dude. Typically you start at the bottom. I don't want to slip coupling. Probably gonna get this hooked up right now so I can figure out if I need to move any of this around before I make the connection on those other pipes. I think that makes the most sense. It would have been fantastic if I'd have gotten a 3/4 sweat by 1/2 inch pecs, but it didn't work out that way. So, you know, here we are. Whew, this is going to be interesting all in itself too. Definitely gonna be I'm gonna end up having to pull it back on the other side and push it up. I can see that already. There ain't gonna be, I'm just fooling myself. I think I could do it any other way. That ain't gonna happen. So I'm definitely not gonna use shark bite. I'm gonna have to crimp it on this side as well. It is what it is. Yeah, that is going to really suck. I'm gonna try cutting it right where it needs to be first. Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit short. See if we can make something happen on this side. Get this on there first. No, I don't love it, but all right, so this is what we're going to use. It's a repair coupling. Basically, this whole thing starts out like 12 inches long. Is all a coupling, so you can use it to bridge a gap. It's going to be a lot easier than trying to put two fittings in there to serve the same purpose. Granted, it's an FYI, if it has a recirculating system, try not to use those, because you need as smooth as a transition as possible 100% of the time, or you will have problems. You'll get pinholes in your pipes. All right, we had to make a battery change, but I got that all put back together. I have still not turned on the water yet, but I got to put the kitchen sink together. Once I put the kitchen sink together, I'm ready to test it. We'll hope for the best. We're gonna send it. All right, well, I just noticed, and it wasn't me, somebody put the refrigerator, not only is it a saddle valve, which is garbage, but they put it on the hot side, not the cold side. God, that looks hideous. That run, that's terrible. Should probably find a new profession. All right, so our last thing is to connect this one last piece of PEX over here. You know, I don't have any room to push it back, so it's got to happen. So I'm gonna try and push it down as far as I can, which isn't going to be much, but as much as I can, and then I'm going to cut it slightly long, so I've got a shot, a little something to work with. Don't forget to put your ring on. You would not want to do that twice. In fact, I don't even like that ring. It's too slick. I'm gonna go grab another one. All right. Yeah, it's still a little bit loose, but it's not as loose. Alright, it's not the prettiest crimp I've ever made. It's a little bit low, but I think when I pushed it in there, it kind of flared that back edge out. It either did that or there's a bead of solder back there that I didn't see. So we're going to find out, because we're going to turn on the water. I've seen mortise hold. Alright, so that's connected, kitchen sink's connected, all those are connected. Alright, we are ready for water. Here we go. Now on Monday, when the water heater went in, it would not quit running. You could constantly hear water running through. Would you listen to that? Pure freaking silence. That's awesome. Make sure we check for leaks. Warm and tight. This one's kind of in a weirdness, you know, crooked angle, but all warm and tight, warm and tight, warm and tight, nothing leaking. All right, all right, all right. Checking here. No, we had a, I think, a solder bead or something run down the back. Everything's dry. Centered up. Nothing. All warm and tight. Fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, so we're going to shut this valve off. We're gonna let it sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't know, however long it takes to get some of these tools picked up and whatnot, because I don't pick up no tools until I know it's good. I mean, granted, I'm testing it, but I mean, I feel pretty confident in that part of it, but there's no active physical leak. So I'm gonna start picking this stuff up, and that'll give us some time to let that be on test. And it's gonna sit there with the valve off the entire time. When we turn it back on, it should be silent. Should not hear a single noise. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna put the guys in the garage as I'm carrying stuff out. Alright, so got stuff out in the garage. Not bad for today as far as the mess goes, but I went through, picked up all the tools, got still quite a bit of cleaning up to do. We're gonna test that water now. Remember, it's been off for 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, I don't know how long it's been. It's been at least 5 minutes. Ain't no doubt about that. We're gonna turn it on. Shouldn't hear anything. Boom, baby. Silent as a mouse. These things are nice. The flame retardant mats. Like 12 bucks. I mean, it's better than burning a whole house down. Alright. We're gonna put an access panel on over here just because, so she doesn't have to look at this hole. It's a constant reminder of this week. We're gonna get a drywall guy over here to fix it though. Maybe we'll fix the cabinet too. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a leak. Son of a... Huh. Well, and it just started. Wow. That is definitely an issue. Wow. Well, that happens. Should have shark bited it. Dang it. Nobody's above a leak. It's crazy it held on for that long. Oh, this just doesn't get no worse than that. That is worst case scenario. Remember when I connected the other side last, so I had room to make it happen? Yeah. Here we are. I'm gonna have to use a different fitting and probably, I mean, I hate to say it, but probably a slip coupling. That is terrible. I can't believe it held that long as bad as it's leaking right now. That's just fantastic. That is fantastic. What really gets me is it held on that long. Just glad I was still here. Yeah, I gotta cut it. I got no No choice in it. It has to happen. So if you can see that one little spot in there, it didn't take all the way down through there. Pretty stupid, but it happens. It is what it is. All right. I can't believe it held that long. Crazy. Well, let's figure out something there. It's pretty crazy. Not ideal, but made it happen. No. Cross our fingers. It doesn't leak. Oh, you sucker. We're gonna turn on the water.
Water off at the line down here, out here.
Just right. Oh.
Come back within a year. Yeah, well, what's that? No, I'm getting it. Believe it. What is it? Well, it might be just the fan running, but not the air air conditioner. Because mine at home does that. And the fan kicks on.
We're gonna get it fixed up. Yeah, well, those are the, ouch. Well, it kind of crumbled in my hand, so. Wow. All right.